I want to start today with a very small scenario, possibly the smallest scenario I'll ever use in one of these videos. Picture yourself at a morning tea. There's a plate of biscuits on the table. Most of them are gone. One remains. You'd quite like that biscuit. You haven't eaten since breakfast, and it's nearly 11. You reach towards the plate, and then you stop. You glance around. Anyone else want that? Someone shakes their head. No, you go ahead, you say, to nobody in particular. The biscuit sits there. Eventually someone else takes it. If that sounds familiar, if there's even a flicker of recognition, I want you to pay attention to it. Because it isn't about the biscuit. I use this image when I'm talking about how limiting beliefs operate in everyday life. Not in the dramatic decisions, we tend to notice those, but in the tiny automatic moments that happen so quietly we barely register them. The person who habitually steps back from that last biscuit isn't consciously reciting a belief about their worth. They're simply behaving in line with a story that's been running unexamined for years. Other people's needs matter more than mine. It would be greedy to just take what I want. I should wait. Small moment, but there's a quiet pattern there, but a pattern that runs through much more than morning tea. I should say the biscuit example cuts both ways. There's an equal and opposite pattern. The person who takes the last biscuit without a second thought, who consistently acts as though their own preferences are simply more important, well, from the outside, that might look like confidence. Up close, it often reveals its own kind of insecurity, a different belief, but the same underlying question about worth. Both patterns are attempts to navigate the same territory. One answers it by making the self smaller. The other by making it larger. Neither is quite at rest. Now imagine the person who habitually steps back from the last biscuit actually notices what they're doing. Not with self-criticism, but with genuine curiosity. There it is again, that thing I do. In that moment, a space has appeared between the belief and the behaviour. Nothing's been resolved yet, but something has been seen that previously couldn't be seen. From that space, two things become possible. So you might reach for the biscuit. The act is almost absurdly small, but it carries significance. It says, my wants are not illegitimate. My needs have a place alongside everyone else's. Or you might still offer the biscuit to someone else. But now that's from genuine generosity, not from unconscious habit. The behaviour looks identical from the outside, but internally it's entirely different. That difference between acting from a belief and acting from a choice is what I mean when I talk about authorship. Authorship begins in small moments, including the next time you're sitting at morning tea, eyeing that last biscuit and wondering whether it's really okay to want it. It is okay, by the way. I explore limiting beliefs, how they form, how they show up, and what changes when you begin to notice them in Living from the Heart, the first book in the Heart series. You'll find more at bernardcates.com. There's a link in the description. For now, take care, and we'll see you again next time.